Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give me peace.
Why so serious?
Welcome to the installment of the Screen Squad. Like always, I'm
the
Vinny.
cat from Puss in Boots.
Oh. Like always, I'm Vinny.
I'm Ozzy.
And Edgar.
Aha! This week, we finally watched the
In
movie.
honor of what's his name being on Addams Family.
Salute
Luis Guzman?
the man.
The late great.
No,
Luis
he's
Guzman?
not. He's not dead yet. But the man, the myth, the legend,
Rosie O'Donnell.
the Puerto Rican Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie Perez. What?
The Puerto Rican Rosie O'Donnell. Luis
Yeah,
Guzman.
who doesn't love him? Who doesn't love him? I don't know who doesn't love him.
Yeah.
The guy who had a college statue put, he got a
Greendale.
he got a
Greendale.
no, and people don't watch Community anymore.
I still do.
I still go back and watch it.
It comes up in my feed. I'm like, you know what?
It's a great
I'm gonna watch a
show.
couple
It's a
episodes.
great show. It's a great show.
I'm gonna watch all the paintball episodes.
And it's you know what?
Bro, those paintball episodes are money.
It's still good. They're still good. But you know what? I give credit to Edgar
Edgar Chase.
Yeah, I give
Dan Harmon?
I give credit to Edgar for telling me for years to watch this movie, Puerto Ricans in
Wait, when did
Paris,
it come out?
Out
2015.
for a while, dude.
2015.
No,
I told him a long time ago. Yeah, I said, "Hey, this movie's pretty
You
good."
just kept mentioning it last
He,
episode. I was like,
no,
screw
no,
this, let's watch it.
he told me years ago, hey, watch this movie, it's pretty good. And I'm like, okay, well, it's Luis Guzman, but it's one of those like it's one of those Focus Universal direct to DVD movies, right? So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll watch it.
They were the A24 of their time. No, I'm just kidding.
No, if you think about it, what is Focus Features? It's one of those independent, like I thought it was
Yeah.
like those European. It is the European movies,
they
right?
made a lot of Will Smith movies.
Oh, never mind. Turn this off. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Focus Features didn't
I'm
make
done.
a lot of. They didn't make a lot of. They Focus Features did a lot of Hugh Grant movies,
Oh, that's even worse.
Right?
No, I'm just kidding.
they did a bunch of those British movies,
Mickey
right?
Blue Eyes.
No, well, not Mickey Blue Eyes. That was, I think it was Paramount. They
9
did
weeks?
no, they what did
Nine
they
and
do?
a half.
they-
9 months.
no, they-
9 months.
What did they
Oh,
do?
9 months. Yeah, 9 months.
Because
2 weeks notice. That's what I was thinking.
It was distributed by Focus World. So, but like Universal Focus, they did like Focus Feature did like Danny Dog or
DeVito.
What is that? What is it called? Unleashed, the one with Jet Li, and what's his name? Eddie Valiant.
Oh yeah.
Bob
Who Framed
Hoskins.
Roger Rabbit?
Bob Hoskins. Eddie Valiant.
You
Right?
mean Mario?
Yeah, Mario, not Luigi.
You
Mario.
mean-
But
not John Leguizamo.
no, but he gets name dropped in this movie though,
Half Puerto Rican.
because he's half Puerto Rican. But this movie
And
again,
complains about movies
yeah,
not having Hispanics in it.
Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
Even though he's playing Italian. Hey, what?
But this
Yeah.
movie,
Huh?
That's back when they didn't have very many. So like, no.
Italians? What are you talking about?
Yeah, very many back then. That you can be like,
You had De
you
Niro.
can do.
you had
Well, you're from
Stallone.
New York, right?
You have
You're from
Stallone.
New York?
You have
Yeah.
Stallone. The Italian.
No.
The
See,
Italian
they didn't have
scallion.
enough that they didn't have to pay.
The
And they didn't
Italian.
pay him squat.
The Italian.
And De Niro playing Luigi.
The Italian scallion.
And go.
This
No,
movie.
no.
This movie.
I'm trying to figure out how that would sound too.
No,
like,
this movie this movie really
hey,
has no
Luigi,
right.
what are you doing? You're going over here. Oh, Mario, you're looking at me. You're looking at me. No, you're looking at me. You.
What in hell? Helium?
I think
good.
so.
You're good.
And that's not even Mario.
That's Luigi. Because he said De Niro's Luigi.
But that's not even Luigi's voice either.
Yeah, Mario, Luigi sounded like this. And then the Mario, he sounded like you son of a bitch. Look
Oh,
at you.
That's Mario from Mario from like Family Guy. You take Mario
Mario.
from that's
That's
no
Mario in general.
no Mario's a little more higher pitch, but it's all right. I'll let that pass. But this movie
Oh, no.
this movie has no right to be as good and as fun as it is, right?
Rosario Dawson, barely
Look,
in
look,
it.
that's
Still
that's the
awesome.
thing. This movie only has like
Rosie Perez,
four people in it
awesome,
that are
still
big.
in it.
Well, technically, like it's a small cast. Only three people that I recognize, right? Luis Guzman. You have Rosario Dawson
And Luis Guzman.
and Rosie Perez, and then oh no, four. Luis Guzman's gut, because that gut has followed him throughout his whole career since like everything you've ever seen him in.
The battery is not included. Since his background scene and
Yeah.
battery is not included.
Since then, it's followed him, right? That's a staple. If he ever gets like his feet in the like Grauman's Chinese or
It's not Grauman's anymore.
whatever it is, it's gonna be Grauman's in here forever. He's gonna have to get his gut in there as well. It's just gonna have to be cemented in there.
His size 10s and his little weird like sausage fingers, and then his gut.
Yeah, the gut. No, but this movie is.
And he's got it right. It's so veiny.
He should. I don't know,
baby.
Come on,
come
come
on,
on,
baby.
baby. No, but this movie it's good. But you know what it reminded me of, kind of, because it deals with counterfeiting, because it's a again. I always go back to this: Jean-Claude Van Damme and Rob Schneider in Knockoff.
Which came out first? Knockoff. Right?
Knockoff, because Knockoff came out in what, like early 2000s or way
Okay, but
early.
who did
2000s.
it better?
Oh, for
this is
sure.
better.
Knockoff. No, I'm just kidding.
First of all, it's Academy Award winning actor.
Somebody's having a stroke. Yes.
I got big lips. What do you expect?
Big lips, small arteries. But no.
Leave the man alone.
Yeah. Rob Schneider or Ozzy?
Down by the river.
No, but
I'm having another heart attack.
But this movie is super inventive with the character names. You have Luis and you have Eddie, right? Playing Luis and Eddie.
Yeah.
The detectives, right? They're counterfeiting. They're New Year's finest, but they specialize in counterfeiting, right? You get introduced to them, bringing down a counterfeit like bag ring or whatever, right?
Gucci bag, right?
No. Louis Vuitton.
The beginning,
at the very beginning of the movie, and so they get hired to go to Paris
while using their vacation time. So
yeah,
this is money.
This is
off the books.
Off the books money. Hey, cops. As far as I've seen it in movies, they get hired off the clock to do other jobs, but again, this is a fun little trip, and it's interesting to see people always. It's always a fish out of water, right? And it's even funnier to see Luis Guzman like in a Paris situation, and
it's funny seeing Luis Guzman in like the Southwest.
That's
like,
true.
Up in like Amarillo or
no, but
or like
but he kind of like, it's interesting. Like I can see him there, and I could just see him in a bunch of different places. He fits in.
He was a sheriff deputy, right? For in the movie with Schwarzenegger.
What was it, Last Stand?
Yeah.
Where with him and Johnny Knoxville is in that one too.
Yeah.
Johnny Knoxville. So, hey, I mean,
sounds great already.
Yeah, well, that goes to show you those are the movies where Schwarzenegger came back, huh?
Yeah.
No, this was before the
no, that was his
gubernatorial.
That was after he came back from being a governor.
Yeah.
So those were his comeback movies.
And those were his limited action movies.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but
no. I'm saying like he didn't do too many action scenes in those movies, but it looked like it.
He left all the actions to Luis Guzman in that movie.
Johnny Knoxville.
But I mean, Luis Guzman is not bad in this movie. Neither is it. I've never seen this Edgar Garcia guy. I've never seen him in anything. I don't know where he's from.
I know an Edgar Lopez guy, but it's just not a Garcia.
But he's not bad. Like
he's got 2 other movies in IMDb, but yeah, but from back in the day, now I don't know where he is.
Yeah, I mean
he's got to come back.
It's a decent movie. I mean, I would want to see another
sequel.
I would want to see another movie.
Sequel.
Like I would want to see where they would go with this, because it's a good pairing. It's a decent pairing between both.
Here's the thing though. If a first movie for them should have been a local thing, like do the whole bust in New York as a whole movie, and that should have led to this should have been a sequel.
No,
That would
no.
have been pretty good. Yeah.
I think this is.
Then you
I-
get the fish out of water.
Yeah, I think this is. I think this is a decent. I think this is a decent start because, and you also get introduced to the fact that they're
Well, 'cause
they're literally
normally-
they're brother-in-laws. They're in-laws, right?
Yeah.
And you have that, and it's you also don't. And the good thing is that you also don't have that story where it's like he has the ability to cheat. Also, Luis himself is also not too.
Faithful.
Well, he's also a whore.
He's a
too.
womanizer.
Yeah, right. But you don't have that. You don't have that.
He's every dude in those Mexican comedies we used to watch growing up.
Yeah, but he's also.
Basically is. You're
Yeah,
like, come on, you know you can't pull that. Come on.
Yeah, but you don't have that.
The Alba.
But you also
of these movies.
Yeah, but you also don't have that, like, you don't have the typical, I mean, well, although this movie is very, like, predictable, but you don't have the typical, like, natural, I'm going to fight, like, stand up for my sister or whatever. He knows what's going to happen, but he knows Eddie is a decent dude regardless.
He's the muscle. He's
right?
the muscle, though.
Right? But he's a decent dude. And Eddie's not dumb, like, through the transcourse of the movie, things get solved. And, even though, Luis, is coming in, the hothead or whatever, and thinking he's gonna solve the whole crime, wants to solve it because of the money.
Well, he also likes the attention.
Right. It gets proven, that they're both decent cops. That's the whole point of the movie. It gets proven that they're both.
So
good
what you're
cops.
saying is you're a hero.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that you are.
But
Come on, baby.
But I really didn't. I did find myself sitting at this movie at the beginning. I'm like, okay, and then I found myself more and more engaged as the movie went along.
Yeah, right amount of comedy too.
Yeah,
like,
It wasn't too much. At the same time,
No.
it hit the notes as it went. Just kind of, it was
Yeah.
smooth. It's a smooth move.
yeah, it was, yeah.
it was well written, even though yes, it was predictable.
It was also limited with the language barriers, which is kind of the fun part of it.
Right, and it did show, like, it did have that whole comedy, like the comedy with, like, you had, like, have you ever had Puerto Ricans, like with the women, like the joking with, like, that kind of, like, the sexual jokes, and it had a good amount of everything. That's the thing that I like. It didn't push anything. It didn't go overboard with the joking. Nothing felt like it was overused. It had everything right. And then Luis Guzman, I'm telling you, the pairing between these two guys is good.
Yeah.
It really
perfect.
did.
Because
It really did work.
they're the same yet very different. They're both kind of like, you don't see them as as one is like the obvious good looking dude, and one's the Danny DeVito.
They're both Danny DeVito. That's the thing. They're both Danny DeVito in this movie. There's
no.
They're
No,
both. They are both.
Luis Guzman is gorgeous. What are you talking about?
Well, I guess there's a reason why they call him Papi Chulo.
Mhm.
Right? He's in Papi Chulo mode. But I mean, he's not the George Clooney in this movie. There's no George Clooney in this
Who's
movie.
that? Who's that?
Right?
But he's a smooth operator.
Is he an
like-
up and comer, George
like
Clooney?
Yeah.
like Luis Guzman. I mean, like Luis de Alba growing up. Juan Camané. He's
Dice mi papi.
Uh-huh.
hijo de tu chingada madre. All right, so yeah, but you got these guys who don't really blend. So you got like Tuntun and Luis de Alba. So I think he's more of a Tuntun though. He is more like Tuntun.
Yeah.
Come on, if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, look it up.
That's true. You guys gotta go. You gotta do your history. If you guys don't know if you guys don't know Mexican cinema, look up Mexican comedy. Definitely Mexican
They're
80s.
called sexy comedy. Sexy
yeah.
comedias.
Late 70s, 80s,
Early 80s.
80s sexy comedies. They were big.
Like,
Before the release of the
you
VHS recorder.
Yeah.
You can even go into black and whites.
You can even
look at Tintan.
You can even YouTube.
Tintan was
YouTube has them.
a master.
But YouTube has them also. Like some of these movies, you can watch them on YouTube. And these comedies
Way
are
to rat
still
people out.
seriously. But these comedies they still hold up, right? Because back in the much like in the
because they're uploaded through a different server. In
well
Mexico,
because
so that's why
well, no, much like in the in the golden age of Hollywood, where you had actors kind of signed to studios in the 70s and 80s. That's how it was in Latin America. Actors were signed to movie studios, and they were contracted to do certain amount of movies only to their studios. So that's exactly how it was in Latin America.
Alfonso Sayas had to release like 50 movies a month.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was like part one of this series of movies, and even though it's the same type of movie, it's part 1, part 2, part 3. He's not playing the same character in each movie. It's a different story, but it's called the same thing. It's just like
I mean, wasn't he named Telorino Rico in one movie? He was Telorino.
Yeah. So we get it. So, but it's just like that's kind of how it was. And then you had competing studios that had a different actor. Kind of
like my mom used to say, "Mijo, Tito."
Right.
Pause.
Right. So
the pause in between.
Right. But so that's. See, now I lost my train of thought with where I was going with kind of explaining the history
Puerto
of it.
Ricans in Paris.
Yes.
There you go.
So now, So if you go back to like watch like the history of the Latin American movies or the Mexican comedies, this is kind of similar to it. It has that feel without going to the extent of having the extreme amount of sex and nudity like those movies had.
X-rated.
Because those in the 70s and 80s
sat through.
Which as young kids we went to the movie theater to watch those with our parents, and they didn't.
Unbeknownst to them.
Yeah, it had like extreme amount of nudity and
they were smokers.
Right.
What?
Well, this was
Our parents were smokers.
Well,
back
no,
then.
but that doesn't matter. But you have to realize they
didn't make good choices back then either.
This was the time where you would go watch a movie and it would be PG and you'd have a boob in a movie in America, right? This is that time. So, and this is when Latin America,
the massive racist jokes in PG movies. And like
so
things was a G movie back then.
So times were different. So things were different. Ratings were different, especially in Latin America where
they had ratings there.
Where sexy movies were like the sexy comedies were borderline X-rated, right? And imagine us being young
because you
kids.
saw no wiener. It's okay.
But they were borderline X, right? Being young kids, you would see the comedies now. But now, as an adult, you watch those movies not for the nudity and the sex, but you watch it more for the. I know you do.
Yeah, you do.
But if you watch them now, you realize.
See what happens when you take your kids and you let them watch whatever whatever they want.
True. But now when you watch you watch
Dr. Oz.
Yeah, but if you watch them now.
Wait, hold on. You gotta be specific on which one, because there's another one out there.
Almighty. But if you watch
that one.
If you watch them now, depending on
he might sue me for that one.
If you watch, depending on your state of mind, you could realize some of these are really, really funny. The comedy and the situations that they're put in are really, really funny, and the way that their comic timing, the way it's been written. It's really funny, so it's just well done. That's why
I don't know how this turned into like the history of Mexican.
No, but it's really good. But I'm just saying that
people don't recognize that how great those movies really are.
And then I'm just saying that this movie felt very much like that, just toned down. It felt
like 100.
Well, yeah, but it felt in the vein. It just felt
so
good. It just felt like it could have belonged there. If this would have been made at that time, it would have been closer to like that kind of movie. And I think, but again, it's like this movie is really, I
guess.
But this movie is like really well done.
Hey, look who it is. What are you gonna do? A ventriloquist show?
Learn the three-year voice. Hold your friends, hold your forties. There you go.
But still,
say hi.
Hi.
All right.
Cameo by Elmo.
Yeah, but still, this movie. It's again, I say it's one of those things where.
Oh my goodness.
But it's one of those where this movie should not have been as good as it was, and I should have seen it a long time ago because it was really enjoyable.
Yes, that's what you get for not listening.
Well, yeah,
Very pleasant.
yeah. It was a pleasant surprise.
Edgar kept
I
mentioning
watched
the
it
last
again.
episode.
Go ahead.
But Edgar kept mentioning the last episode, and I was like, let's just watch it then. Because I was like, what? He's bragging about it. He has mentioned it. I'm like, let's just watch it. I've never heard of this. In fact, when I was looking for it on Netflix, because it's on Netflix, it's
Borrow your friend's password.
I literally looked it up and I totally forgot what it was called, but I saw Rosario Dawson's face. Like, is she in this? Oh no, I gotta watch this. So she's not gonna get into some crappy movie.
2015, Rosario Dawson. Well, she is in Clerks 3, so who knows?
Hey.
I'm just kidding, because I know Clerks 2 was good.
It's all right.
So
Okay.
we'll see. Well, Clerks 3 is out now, so.
Is it out already?
Yeah, what's that? It was playing in theaters recently. It's already on that road show.
It's in color. I can't get into them.
Well, it's gonna be back and forth because they're gonna be seeing the scenes it's filmed, so you'll see both black and white and the color.
Well, needless to say,
So he's gonna be using scenes from the first movie
Well, because he's basically filming.
because he's throwbacking.
He's basically filming Clerks in through the eyes of Randall. Basically, that's the whole idea. It was those Clerks in the eyes of Randall.
We'll
so
see.
every time he's filming and actually showing like parts he's filming are gonna be in black and white. Then when he cuts to like him in the real life,
So there's gonna be de-aging, because
like the Irishman, or like Samaritan.
What are you talking about?
de-aging,
The agent,
No,
like PlayStation,
yeah,
like PlayStation
like the
2.
Mandalorian.
No, well, then it's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. The agent.
Oh yeah, come on, bro, nobody believes that.
Danny DeVito body doubles for Grogu. So I'm just saying.
But needless to say, if you have Netflix, check out Puerto Ricans in Paris. It's
That's it.
no, because
On that note,
because I want to talk about how I did not like She-Hulk this week.
Really?
I did not enjoy this episode, and I thought it was.
I haven't watched it.
It's actually I feel like it's getting into its rhythm of.
I
no.
wasn't gonna watch it. Like I said last week, I was gonna stop watching it, but I had nothing to do Thursday. I had nothing to do on Thursday, so I was like, I'll just put it on.
Watch Archer.
I had nothing to do on Thursday, so I was like, I'll just put it on. Then I saw it, and I was like, and then Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Did it feel like when Ed Sheeran was on
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones?
No, because he was on it for like 10 seconds. I didn't care about that. And that's another thing. I didn't even watch the new Game of Thrones. I did start watching the new Lord of the Rings show, The Rings of Power.
I heard that's rough.
I didn't.
It's 2 episodes.
It's 2 episodes. That's why I can't. I'm just so used to.
The rule,
I want to watch
3.
all of it.
The rule is 3. If you don't get hooked in 3, or look forward to episode 4, by then, just stop watching.
See, but the thing is, like, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
I was like that with The Walking Dead. I saw first season. I was like, I really liked it. I saw like 3 episodes of season 2. I was like, done.
Well, yeah, season 2 was
It's garbage.
Yeah.
So it just made me lose my mojo.
It takes a long time for it to pick up on season 2. But yeah, overall, I'm
not wearing overalls.
I have a shorts. Yeah. I just was not happy with episode 3 of She-Hulk.
I don't know about you, but because you're in Paris right now. It's hot over here in California.
Oh well, yeah, but no.
It's a cool 75 over here.
Oh yeah, good for you. Good for you.
Fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
No.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be demonetized. Go fornicate yourself up in the corner.
No.
Done.
But no. If
The dark.
If I would just like to make one plea, if Luis Guzman if they can make a sequel to this movie,
or put him in She-Hulk. He can save it.
Maybe he is. Who knows? Because it's becoming like apparently it's going it's going to be cameo heavy. So maybe we get maybe the MCU is going to need a little dose of Puerto Ricans. So we might need a little Luis Guzman hit.
Well, a lot of them are in New York.
Maybe
So,
some Eddie Garcia.
Maybe because well, this show takes place in Los Angeles, so
Yeah, I know, but a lot of the MCU stuff, like in New York, Washington, like Upper East
Sure.
Coast.
you
New
could
York.
So
you could have
you could have Luis Guzman.
you could put him in Daredevil. Put
Yeah.
him in Daredevil.
Harlem. There you go. Harlem Queens.
It's so veiny, Daredevil.
You didn't see that coming?
There you go. There you go.
Open your eyes.
But no, I would make it.
It would literally be like
they
the
should-
whole
they should.
like 20 minutes of a 30-minute episode of him be asking, how do you do that? How do you do that?
Yeah. Overall, I really do. I do believe like they should do more with this movie. They should do more with these characters in from Puerto Ricans in Paris with Eddie and Luis. Because I think if this warrants, there's more to do here, right? There's more to that they can do with these characters. If they don't do something, I'm gonna have fan film it. Ozzy,
Somebody.
animated
send-
movie. Ozzy, Edgar, draw them up. Ozzy will do the voices and we'll animate it. We'll put it on YouTube.
Nice.
There you go.
Have a
We'll write it and we'll put it on YouTube.
and then we'll send it to Luis Guzman's social media.
And
Louis
then,
from the hood.
and then we'll get sued for likeness rights. Perfect. Perfect. That's how it goes.
He'll just be mad 'cause he's like, why does my face look like that?
I mean, because that's what his face looks like, but that's how it goes. But on that note, guys, watch Puerto Ricans in Paris on Netflix.
It's so
It's
good.
it's a good movie.
It's better than
It's better than Rush Hour 3 that takes place in Paris.
Yeah.
It's better
Way
than
better.
Rush Hour 3. It's better than American Werewolf in Paris.
Oh. Yes. True that.
Right?
That's
So
ballsy. That's
I mean, it's better than that movie. That's
wait. That's high praise.
I mean, it's not better than An American in Paris, but
Yeah.
it's better than
Not an American Werewolf.
it's better than An American Werewolf in Paris.
No, what you got? What's that? To Paris with Love?
No,
To Paris with Love?
you see what I was doing? It's
See?
like Rush Hour because you have Chris
Cops.
Tucker and
Buddy
cops in
Buddy
Paris,
cop.
and then you have An American Werewolf in Paris. Kind of goes together.
Yeah,
with
but you got Paris with Love, which is Travolta and
yeah, but it doesn't
Jonathan
go.
Rhys
Doesn't
Meyers.
go. Yeah, but that's in a train. Never mind. You didn't see
No,
what I
it's
was
not.
doing.
No, it's not.
It doesn't go.
Did
All
you
right.
even watch the movie?
Yeah.
I did.
On that note, guys, this has been Vinny.
This is Ozzy.
And come on, baby.
I'm gonna eat me a macaroon.
Yeah, macaroons.
money coons. I'll see you guys next week.
See you around, kid. Bye, Felicia. He's looking at you, kid. In case I don't see you. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.